Happy New Year's, everybody. I am probably a week or two short of video. Been a really awesome transition through New Year's Eve, Christmas, and now. And I've been eager to get back on and shoot a little quick video. My projects over the holidays have been kind of repetitious with the same stitches that I've showed you before, just different projects. And I came across one that I was like, oh, let me add this one in there because you don't have it yet. And it is the magic circle. So without further ado, grab your yarn, grab a yarn hook. This is a chunky 10mm plastic. I have this one as well. This is a 13. I think this one's a 10. Yeah, here's the 10. This is a 10mm, same as this one. One's just metal, and they both have the perfect hooks that I like. I love the jagged inside of the hook that catches the yarn really well. This one as well, even though it's a bit curved in. But we'll see how this goes. Let me use the big chunky one. I like this one better. So with your magic circle, the same way when we start a project, circular round projects such as beanies or bags, you could either do the starting chain where you make your knot and you put it through onto the hook, how I showed you in the first video, making a knot. This one is the same thing, but we're going to start it in an adjustable circle, otherwise known as the magic ring. So what I like to do, what I've learned how to do, but also I don't leave such a long tail. I like it right there at the edge, like right on the edge, so I can weave it in as I go. And what you do is you take your yarn, your tail is on the end, and your first two fingers are where you're going to be working with. You're going to put this hook down. You're going to wrap your yarn in an X. Okay? So you're holding it with your thumb and your ring finger, and on the back it's just out the way. You're going to put your hook through under the first top of the X, and you're going to turn your hook and grip and pull this other yarn underneath and pull it up like I have. Okay, and you're going to let go of your circle. Hold on to your loose, now fresh working yarn and hold that. You can pull this out if you want to. I usually just leave it in, but we'll go ahead and pull it out because it's easier to adjust once we get all the pieces in. And just like this project looks right now, I'm just going to pull it down a little bit. I'm going to start with a chain 1, which I think I forgot to do. Darn it. Okay, let's try that again. My bad. There's the X. Okay, you see it? First, hold, grab your working yarn, hold that little piece in place where you just made it, and chain 1. Now, I'm going to show you what happens once I'll just chain 2 so I can show you what we're doing here. I'm going to go ahead and single crochet into the whole hook. I'm not going to pull this out. Although you can, it doesn't matter. It's still a circle that we just made. And as you can see, it was already sliding, which means it's ready to, it's working, right? Basically, as a magic hook. So I'm going to go ahead and let's just do double crochets over. I'm going to try to do 3 of these. No, let's do 10. When that happens, I move too fast. 2, 3, crochet, double crochet. Let me just stop at 6 so you can get an idea of what we're doing here. Here's 6 double crochet. Okay, so as you see, all the stitches are on the ring. Now, inside or out, our tail yarn, see how it's really simple? We're just going to pull it. And we have half of our circle. If I want to go ahead and loop into the first chain, remember our beautiful braids that I like to talk about, our first chain, because we double crocheted. Sorry, I forgot to grab my working yarn. And we're just going to pull that through and slip stitch. And that's the beginning of our center circle. Now, if I want to triple chain, if I want to treble, if I want to treble stitch, and I go 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, into the same hook. Okay, if I go all the way around, I'm trying to make it a really big project so you can just see really quickly what I'm getting at. If you're starting a beanie or a base of a bag or a hat topping, treble, excuse me, I keep saying triple three, it's all the same. Okay, so I have 3 right there. Into our next chain, pay attention to your chains where they're starting it, and they're very flawlessly put there. You can see it, because your chain, the working one we just did is right here. The next one obviously will be this one, so I'm working in both. I should have just kept it at a double so this wouldn't be as complicated to rush through to get this video in, at least. Oh, I messed up on the yarn. See that little piece that just hanging? I went through that instead of the whole yarn. And you know what? I think I'm going to use the other 10. Let's use the other 10 real quick. The metal is kind of being stiff on my tight. I just went down to a double crochet, so don't worry about it. We're just trying to get the idea of what this is going to look like once it's, where's my treble? Once it's, okay, so I got one more stitch to go. Let's go ahead and put a treble in that last one. This one seems a lot more rough than the other one, unfortunately. See how it's not gripping? I don't like that. I like for the groove hole to be really deep without this interruption. You see? Clear cut. And this one has a little bitty groove that's kind of pushing it out, making it not catch, which I don't care for. Okay, here's our top stitch. We did 1, 2, 3 chains, and this was our first treble, the chain of it right here on the top. I'm gonna slip stitch in there, and as you can see, I'm already kind of making a little bag, or whatever you want to call it, a little container. Okay. You can put whatever you want to put in here, but just to start it off, that this is what you'll end up with when you have these bases. You can pull them as tight. You can also start hearts with these heart bases. I'll show a tutorial on those as well. But this is what happens when you're starting the magic circle. It's just, instead of the chain base, you have the magic that's adjustable. Tighten it, loosen it, and you can build around real flat so it doesn't come up this quickly. You would have to double each and increase as you go so it can lay flat and have this type of base. You see, this type of base is a beautiful starting base, and you would end up with something like this. A bigger container. This was a old yarn bolt that I had made real quick back in the day, but it gives you that whole beginning, pretty little bowl basically. Put all your goodies in there, whatever. And if you're doing a beanie, you get that good beanie top. This is not finished yet, by the way, because I have to add the brim all the way around, so it has that 1920s look that I love and like. But yeah, so there you go. The magic circle.